I grew up in an amazing time for games. I was born the same year that the Atari 2600 came out, and I got the NES in 1984 when it came out. And that was just like an amazing highlight of my life. I think one of the reasons that I fell in love with games so much is because I had such a hard childhood, and it was such an amazing escape to be able to go into these worlds that had all this happy, cool fantasy stuff happening. I grew up very poor. We bounced around. We lived in motels a lot. It made me realize, what I don't want for my life. So I've always had an extremely strong work ethic. When I joined the military, I was promoted very quickly. Once I was done with the Army, I knew I wanted to make games, and I came to Full Sail to check it out. And there's a lot of times where students were like, hey, let's go party, or let's go do this and that. And I'm like, well, no, I'm gonna be in lab. I will be in lab anytime lab is open. And I actually missed the portfolio demonstration because I was at a job interview. So Chris Haga is one of my favorite people in the world. I met him first at Blizzard. He was one of the best VFX artists in the game industry. He's phenomenal. We've been friends for over a decade. He is incredibly candid, almost to a fault.
We were hiring artists, and this person's demo reel came across our desks. And it had some of the best art I'd ever seen in it. But at the time, it was very controversial because his art style didn't, I feel, look like Diablo at all. And so when he came in, I was very skeptical. And it was over a long period of time where I got to really see the things that Pete brings to the table other than just his fantastic art, which is the way he treats other people. It's the way that he treated the project. It's how hard he worked. Leadership is something that you can't measure very easily. Pete's got it in aces. Pete has a calendar where he remembers everybody's birthday, for example. He will always listen to you, regardless of what it is you have to say. I mean, he listens to me, and I'm like a sledgehammer. And Pete has done a lot of great things for a lot of people for no reason other than just to do good things for people.
I've always been a see a need, fill a need guy. This is why I ended up being such a generalist, is because I would kind of go to teams and look at what it is that they're missing or where's their weakest point, and then try to get better at that to help fill that project. So when it came to looking at philanthropy and like doing good things in the game industry, there's such a huge gap there. We've always done community service. We've always tried to get people to do more charitable things. So we just decided, hey, let's just do that full time and really see how far we can push that.
When Pete tells me that he's gonna leave to start working on Gamers for Good full time, I was not really surprised by this, because if you watch what Pete does, that's where Pete's heart is. Pete loves making video games, but in equal parts, Pete loves getting back to the community. It's a perfect blend for him. I don't feel like there's a better person you could pick for this. And as soon as I heard this was happening, I was immediately very excited, because Pete embodies a lot of the things that we should be as game developers.
I rarely look back at my own career and say, wow, I've done so much and this is so interesting, because it's just an everyday thing for me. So it's been a great reflective opportunity, and it makes me even more proud of the accomplishments that I've done. I have no idea what's in my future. I know I'll always be doing Gamers for Good. But as I said before, I'm a see a need, fill a need guy. So yeah, if I see, big opportunities to do big things to help people, that's what I want to do. So it could be anything.